Russians with foreign currency mortgages are facing soaring repayments after months of a sliding ruble currency and accelerating inflation following the fall in global oil prices and Western sanctions over Ukraine. The ruble fell about 50% against the US dollar in the past year, pushing up the cost not only of imported goods but also of foreign currency mortgages that were attractive because banks offered lower interest rates than on ruble-based mortgages. Many Russian families say they are facing the stress of hefty repayments to banks. I can't count only upon myself in this situation. Both my husband and I work. Our salary is paid to us regularly, but one should remember that the rate of the ruble collapsed 2.5 times. Even in the most fantastic scenarios, our profit will not increase by 2.5 times. Foreign currency mortgage holders say the government is partly responsible for the ordeal they now face, since it had promised to ensure economic and financial stability. This is a situation which ordinary people could not foresee, and this is a situation where the state, because it is its own citizens that are affected, it should display real care and provide real support. The mother of two and her husband have attempted to meet their monthly repayments, reducing their spending and working more, and going as far as borrowing from friends. But Panzhenskaya says even those efforts are not far-reaching enough to meet the debt they face. Earlier in the year, Russians with foreign currency mortgages wrote an open letter to President Vladimir Putin, seeking help with repayments that have skyrocketed because of the ruble's plunge, saying they were misled by banks. The all-Russian movement of foreign currency mortgage holders says some 70,000 families in Russia have foreign currency mortgages, and many have deep feelings of discontent with their situation. For Dmitry Teplakov and his wife Natalia Balashova, the burden of their debt forced them to rethink their plans to expand the family and have children. The main goal was to buy an apartment so that the family could be complete. Of course, it was our plan to have a child, more than one, to develop a normal Russian family, the cell of society, and every state wants to achieve this. But Teplakov and Balashova say they can now not afford to have children, both of them taking on extra work, and Balashova saying the prospect of taking maternity leave is out of the question for them. The young couple say when taking their mortgage, they were led to believe they would be able to convert their foreign currency loan into a ruble-denominated one in the following year. But Teplakov says he has no proof on paper, and promises were only ever verbal. Teplakov complains efforts to appeal to the banks often go unanswered. Bank Credit, in particular, does not respond to our letters. If it announces something, it only does it verbally, so it is impossible to prove anything, not even in court, if we decide to go there. Discontent over foreign currency mortgages has spilled into several small-scale protests in central Moscow in recent months. Frustrated mortgage holders plan to launch a hunger strike on Wednesday in a bid to draw attention to their cause.